Hello, I'm Chris Bauer, and welcome to the Buddy Seat.
This is the show where I interview my coworkers as they work. Today I'm speaking with Chris Bauer. Now let's get started.
Okay, set, ready to go?
All right, we'll do it.
Okay, so Chris, what is your job and what do you do?
So today we're doing inspections, and that's what I've been doing here for the last, it's been about 2 weeks now. And we go around and we inspect the fields for the silk counts and the tassel counts pollinating and seeing where that's at to be pulled and such. So when machines go through and when the people pull, seeing how good a job they're doing. And today we're at a field here that is an RHS field. So it is not to be cut or pulled by people or machine. What it is, it's sprayed. The tassel is a female rose. So if like, let's find a row here. So we got, this is the female row right here. We got 4 female rows, just like anything else, 4-1 pattern. And you see the tassels are out. Doesn't look like there's any shedders because about, I don't know when, maybe a couple weeks ago, week and a half ago, week ago, they sprayed Roundup on this. And it, I don't believe it kills it, but it stunts it back so it does not tassel, does not pollinate.
Okay.
And the process is that it helps us on the production where we don't have to send people in it, machines into it. And therefore it's more effective, cost effective. And then it's not pollinating itself, because that's not what we want. We want the cross pollination of that male row with the female row, with the silk that's being present right here. So like I said, this is an RHS field. We probably have maybe 5, give or take, 5 fields of RHS.
Okay.
And so today I'm walking this field and it looks like it's about to be finalized, be closed. And so what I'm looking for is 90% silk out here in the field. So as you can see, we got a lot of silk. Got a lot of silk forming, happening. The red hairs, the red silk is that it's been pollinated. That you got the pollen from the male rows into the silk of the female rows. And when it turns red, most of the time though, that inbred is that it is pollinating and that it is the process that's taking place. So here I am, I'm going in here to count this and make sure it's finalized, make sure there's a 90% silk. And then I will count the male row and we'll make sure that it is up to, I believe it's at least 30%, but it might be more than that if I'm misspoken. But it's a high percentage and it looks like it's more than 30%. So my main thing is to make sure that silk is there at 90 and a good amount of pollination is happening so we can know that we're done walking this field, inspecting it, and then be on our way to the rest of this field when it is about to be done for harvest.
Okay, and so you mentioned the RHS, which is Roundup hybridization system.
Yes, good question, yeah.
So besides detassel and all that, is there any difference in maintenance on the field with sprays and all that sort of thing? So yeah, it'll be the same as just like everything that we do, but instead when the time comes, we have a crew. There's a few guys that go in and they check it, they inspect it to see when that tassel is about to come out. And I'm not sure exactly when that is to be done, sprayed, but they have a window when they can get out here and spray this. And then it takes its process, and as you see, there is no, I mean, you don't see these tassels spread out like the male rows are. See, like the yellowish male row, it's branched out, it's pollinating. These are just straight branches, and it is not active. There's no pods opened up. There is nothing shedding. So we don't just go walk the ends of the field. I'll do counts out into the middle of the field, take a different pattern to make sure that this field is to be closed and we have no problems. Okay, awesome. And then so besides walking fields, what all do you do in your position?
So I will be at this for about another 2-3 weeks probably. And then I am onto rebag line. So we'll have a couple of customers that want their packaging redone, and so that means it went out to farmers, and that whatever they couldn't plant, then we get their returns back in and we have to put them in new bags or new product or packaging. And so I will be on to that probably start of August. and that will take about a month. We'll stop, and then we'll go into harvest. So all this that you see, these fields, they'll do their thing, and then we will be in harvest at about around towards the end of August, probably end of August, depending on how well the corn grows. So I will be on the rebag, harvest. That'll take about 2 months of harvest time, where I run the dryers and I help with the shelling crew. And that'll be, like I said, it's about 2 months, and then we're back into rebag. We go back into the rebag, and then rebag will be done hopefully in December for those 2 customers. And then we're on to new crop. And new crop, what I do is I run the line that is in the smaller quantities. So we got smaller customers who don't have, you know, as big a numbers. And so the main line does all the bigger customers, bigger numbers. And I'll do all the smaller areas where I could be doing some overtreat. Repackaging can still be done. And that will take all the way into about March, middle of March.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so it's quite a big process.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And our rebag line has really increased over the years. And I believe we've been at that for 4 seasons now.
Okay.
And it's been a really big process, where at first we were starting with it and got better, got more product going through. And so it's been really advancing. And so we'll be done with that probably about into March, middle of March, somewhere around there, just depending on the demand.
Okay.
And then getting ready for planting season.
Yep.
That'll be another season coming again, and
Oh,
all this will be again. And I plant the isolation, the in rows and outside rows and all that, just for isolation. So I run a little 6-row planter with a nice John Deere tractor.
Okay.
So.
Well, with all the different roles and tasks that you have, what's like your favorite thing to do in your position?
So I love data. I love input in data. I like numbers. I'm a multitasker. So whatever job I do, I want something that challenges me, that I'm doing just, you know, more than just one little thing. Not, I should say little, but one focused thing. And it challenges me. And I love, like I said, I'm data driven. I'm input, you know, and just calculating. And I don't know. I would say that the favorite part that I do is the rebag line, really. And a lot of people, it's amazing that there's a lot of work to do, but there's a lot of moving parts, and there's people to work with and to get the job done. So it's not just me, it's a team driven to get that job done. And I've had some really good workers to get that done, and we meet our goals every week, and we knock it out of the park. So I would say the rebag line. Now, I do love the dryer operations. That is another operation that really brings a lot of challenges. It keeps you focused every day. It's not the mundane. I mean, there's a lot of things that, you know, is different every day. You're ready for it, and you don't know how it's going to take place. So it's not like, okay, I'm just going to another day and I'm punching the clock and just going through the motions. But I like that. I like to be challenged. I like to be driven and pushed, and that's it. I don't know. It gives you a sense of purpose when you're at work. It's just not just anybody can do this, I think. Yeah. So
that's fantastic. So then, all that being said, what got you into agriculture?
Okay, so agriculture has been in my blood for a while. Ever since I grew up on the farm. I think I got in I was thinking about this. I think I was in a tractor disking at the age of 8 to 10, somewhere around there. Yeah. And I remember that my first field that my dad had me in, I got to the end and I turned too late, and I got part of the fence. Ooh. So I knew that was not a good thing, but I was young.
You were 8,
10 years old. Yeah. So, I don't know. Growing up, getting up early, my grandpa was very, very work ethic driven. You know, from when the days were raining, we had a lot to do. It was, you know, usually rainy days when you're in agriculture, you can kind of just get up late and don't have a lot going on. But my grandpa would make sure and get us as younger and go and straighten nails and straighten staples that he'd pull out of posts. And so growing up, I was just, you know, a lot of work ethic pushed, and my dad was the same way. And so I guess it's ingrained in me, and I thank my grandpa and my dad for giving me the ethic that I have today.
Well, that's great. So clearly you have the passion, you have the drive. But why is agriculture important? Why should people
Good
care about
question.
agriculture?
Yeah, we're such a society today with growing amount of people in the world, and everybody's centralized into cities. And they look out into the rural area and they think, what are those people doing? You know, like, why don't they just move to the cities already? But agriculture is very, very important. If people would like just take the time and watch YouTube, or, you know, go in and talk to a farmer, you know, and get to understand why is it that what we do is important. And so, like I was saying, the population of the world is growing and growing just exponentially, and there's less and less farm ground. And so the technology has to be improved big time to take advantage of the blueprint of the workable ground areas that there are. And so all the technologies that we have to drought resistant, where they doesn't take as much water to nurture or to bring these plants up to growth. So and the technology as to, you know, it gives a better stand in the field. We have the precision planting, you know, all those things that help a farmer grow. And it helps the world because in the long run, we need all the corn and the soybeans and the wheat in the world to feed the growing population. And so if we all of a sudden were just took out of the way, the world would wonder where the farmers went. And so it starts at ground zero here at TSP. We do the best we can to help make that possible for the world around us.
Fantastic. Okay, well, Chris, thank you for letting me come out and talk to you and showing us what
Sure.
you're up to.
Yeah.
So Chris is always someone who I enjoy talking to. I've gotten the opportunity to go out to the field with him before, meet him around the facility, and hear about what he does. So it's an absolute pleasure to get to speak to him, and it was so much fun to be able to go out to the field and do the interview with him. So Chris, thank you very much. I really enjoyed talking to you about what you were doing today and learning a little bit more about what you do, how you got into ag and that sort of thing. So I really appreciate your time, and I always appreciate any information, advice, corrective guidance that you can give me when it comes to knowing more about what we do and about agriculture as a whole. So Chris, thank you very much. This was an absolute pleasure. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. And if you want even more content from us, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok. And if you want even more content from us, you can go subscribe to our monthly Total Focus newsletter. Thank you guys again for watching. Thank you, Chris, for being a good interviewee. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye for now.